Hey everyone, welcome to the Postgame Live. I'm Hailey Hopkinson, joined here by Team Ontario's U15 Portia Reisen. Portia, you guys won against Saskatchewan yesterday, 88-30, and you were the player of the game. But with such a large score like that, what's the biggest thing you can gain from games like that?
I think just going through plays that we were struggling through, against better teams. But I think we did a good execution of running through more of the sets that we'll see against our game tomorrow against Alberta.
And you were the points leader in this game with 15 points. What were your overall thoughts with how you played, and what did you want to take from that game and can continue on throughout nationals?
I think just being more confident with the ball and when I'm open to take the shots, but also looking for other opportunities.
And how are you guys able to settle into these games so quickly from when that time starts?
I think just our energy from our warm up right to on the bench and then right once everyone gets into the game.
And you guys are on a winning streak, so is every other Ontario team right now. But what are you finding your team's biggest challenge so far at nationals?
I think just finding our mismatches. There's a lot of them. So I think just keep finding those and pushing in transition, and then we'll be good.
And have you struggled with anything in particular?
I don't think so, no.
Well, it definitely doesn't look like it. And defense was a big topic of discussion at Media Day. What was something that you definitely focused on during training camp defensively wise that's translating onto the court right now?
I think just our ball pressure and our rotations, depending on the team we're playing.
What do you think is the key to stringing along all these wins together?
I think just keeping our energy and our intensity high and then having really good starts to each quarter.
You were the G Elite MVP in the championship game. Do you have a specific goal from now on in the rest of nationals?
I think just to win gold.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Good luck tomorrow, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey everyone, I'm joined here with Christine Hyde, the Team Ontario U17 girls head coach. A big win today against Nova Scotia, 77-44, after a tight win there with Quebec, 53-52, but still coming away with that win. And looking back yesterday, going back to the half, what was your initial thoughts heading into that locker room being down for one of the first times throughout all of nationals?
I wasn't worried. I know it sounds a little bit arrogant, but I know the team that we have. I know the team that we've tried to build throughout this summer, and I know they're fighters. And like we spoke about earlier, that this dog mentality, I know it's in them. So I wasn't too worried. It was just waking them up.
And is there a different message at the half yesterday versus today when you're already up in the game?
Nope, the message is the same.
How much have you guys talked about that situation you were in the fourth quarter with Quebec, with those last couple possessions and the game plan if it's that tight of a score?
So these are things that we prepare and practice with end of game situations. When we prepared with our U15 team, we put up a situation we were down 11 in the quarter. So these are things that we have thought of and we've prepared them for, both mentally and physically. So in those situations, as nerve-wracking as it is, that we're prepared for it.
And what was the big key in practice after that Quebec game heading into Nova Scotia to make sure there isn't a tight game like that?
It's just cleaning up all the details, all the little things that you don't really see on a stat sheet, just being in those gaps, being in the lane, deflections, the 50-50 balls, making the correct reads, being in the correct position on defense, rotation, just the little things that we don't always see as the most glaring things that make a big difference. And once we clean those things up, I'm not going to be too worried.
The biggest lead you guys had today was 35 points. When a timeout is called and you have a chance to talk to the girls, what are you saying to them?
Keep your foot on the gas pedal. It may sound a little arrogant, but I don't want complacency to set in. So, and I would think that the other team would find it disrespectful if we didn't play our hardest against them.
So from the beginning at Media Day, something that really stuck out to me that you said was that you weren't going to coach energy, effort, or communication. How have you seen the girls represent that themselves on the court so far?
How have you seen that outside looking in? What do you think it looks like?
I think it looks pretty fantastic. Is that
And
something you're very clear with from the start?
from the very start, it's one of those things where I say control the controllables, control your controllables. Unfortunately, I can't go out there and play for them, and nobody on my staff can. So we can't show them the type of energy, the effort that should be out in a game. We can't, at least I can't mimic it right now. But I mean, after games like this, and even starting from Monday till today, I think they're really starting to see the difference when you have that energy, when you put in effort, and when you do communicate on the floor, how easy basketball can be.
And I asked the U15s this the other day, and I wanted to hear it from you as well. Was there anything that was worked on during training camp that hasn't totally translated on the court in nationals yet?
I think it's just our start. We've had a few slow starts, and it's just finding that energy from the beginning. I know the time difference has taken a little toll on them, but either way, everybody else and every other team here is going through the same thing. So it's just getting over that adversity. So just having faster starts is something that hasn't quite translated yet.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. Good luck in the rest of nationals. We'll be looking forward to following it here in Ontario.
No problem. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you. I'm joined here with Megan Hollingsworth. Megan, yesterday you were a top scorer, and today another fantastic performance with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Yesterday, you guys won a close one against Quebec, winning 53-52. But can you take me back to the beginning, or at half, when you guys were down by 7, going into that locker room? What was the overall energy and message coming from the team?
I mean, I definitely think we were reflecting on our training camp and just the mindset that we were supposed to have going into it, which is that dog mentality like we talked about. So we just reflected on that, and we just brought that into the second half, and we knew we needed to win, so we went on and got the dub.
And so you, of course, being the highest scorer yesterday, and during Media Day, you said that one of your goals at Nationals was to contribute the most on that scoring side. How rewarding is it to already kind of accomplish that goal in 2 big games?
It's very rewarding. I feel very good about myself. I'm very proud. And yeah, I know that's the expectation, so I'm going to keep doing what I do.
And in that Quebec game, what did you find to be the most challenging thing about that game?
I definitely think just the connection between our team, because we were still getting used to playing together. And against a tougher team like Quebec, it was definitely something we had to get used to. But in the end, we got it. So, yeah.
And how do you feel you guys improved so quickly during today's game against Nova Scotia?
I think it was just that closeness in our Quebec game that we were scared we were going to lose. So we just had to come together and know that we have to use each other to win. So that's what we did.
And you guys have had a ton of large margin wins, especially like that Nova Scotia one today. But how does a close win like the Quebec game kind of help you in the grand scheme of nationals?
It definitely feels a lot more rewarding when you have to fight back and, fight for a win rather than winning by, 30. But I mean, it feels good. It gives us lots of confidence. So, yeah.
And if you were to run into Quebec again, based on the bracket, it would be in that finals game. So what do you think would need to happen right off the bat at the start of that first period to make sure that you guys cannot keep it as close during the game?
I definitely think first quarter we have to punch them in the mouth. That's always how it goes, be aggressive, be dogs. That's just what we have to do.
And out of all the experiences you've collected over nationals, what do you think you personally need to do going into this next BC game tomorrow?
I definitely think I need to bring my game on defense. That's like the biggest thing. That's where it all starts. So I'm going to continue to get my steals, get my rebounds, and keep it pushing from there.
And what are your overall thoughts about the team going into this game tomorrow?
I think I'm very confident about the team. My team, well, obviously Ayla just dropped 20 points, 21 points. She's going to keep killing it. Everyone's going to keep killing it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me, and good luck against BC tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Postgame Live. I'm Hailey Hopkinson, joined here by Ayla Corrigale from the U17 Team Ontario girls. They're in Newfoundland right now for nationals. You guys just had a big win over Nova Scotia, 77-44. Ayla, the game before, you guys only won by 1 point to Quebec. What was the biggest difference in today's game right off the bat?
I think it was just like our energy level going into it. I think our warm up was definitely better, and we came out with more energy for sure.
And you were the highest scorer today with 20 points and also having 4 rebounds. What did you do specifically in this game that kind of was different from the other ones?
Right. I feel like I just was playing with confidence. Like I wasn't worried about like making or missing. If it's a good shot, I was gonna take it.
And you guys held them to only 8 points off of turnovers. What was the biggest thing you guys worked on in training camp to kind of lead to that on the court?
Yeah, they zoned us basically the whole game. So our zone offense, we learned to just relax a little bit. Don't try and force it into the middle. Just be strong with our passes, stuff like that. Be patient.
Yeah, and your head coach said that she wasn't going to coach energy, effort, or communication. How has that been demonstrated on the court from just the chemistry between you girls?
Our communication has definitely gotten better throughout the nationals. Even like our communication today was pretty good. It was probably the highest it has been so far. Our energy, we've just been like it's up to us really. Like who wants it more, really.
Yeah, and you guys have been having these really large margin wins throughout nationals besides that one to Quebec. What's the biggest takeaway from those games?
Even though it is a large margin, like it's not like we're like we can't take any team lightly, really. We have to go play like we're playing the best team that is out there. We can't take any team for granted, like in the sense that like what if they come back and win, right? Like you never really know with these teams.
Totally. And during media day, you guys were talking a lot about that dog mentality. How has that shown on the court?
We're the ones on like going for the 50-50 balls. We want to be the most energetic on defense. We want to get stops. That leads to easy buckets for us on offense. And it's definitely shown in this last game, our energy was there.
And was there anything in this game today that you want to eliminate going forward, knowing that it's the knockout rounds now?
Definitely, it's still our turnovers. Like we got to bring that down because turnovers are easy buckets for the other team if they get out in transition. We just can't force it, be patient, run our stuff, and we should be good.
And just taking a look at those box scores, there aren't a ton of assists on it across the board. What can you say about the ball movement?
I think we need to try and hit that one more a little bit more, like the extra pass just to get the best shot. We're taking good shots, but like there's usually a better shot that's there. I think we just need to hit that extra and we'll be good for assist.
And what are your final thoughts going into the next game?
I'm excited. I'm ready to compete with BC. It's gonna be a good game. Sort of a little. It's our comeback from last year, but I'm excited. We're gonna bring energy, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good.
Perfect. Well, we wish you good luck. Thank you so much for talking to us today, and good luck against BC.
Thank you.